Hello everybody. I hope you're well and having a great time this week. The topic for today's video is codependency, its causes and healing. Let us understand what codependency is with the help of a short story. This is the short story of a lady named Rebecca who is middle-aged and she lives in the UK. She has been in a relationship for a couple of months with a 42-year-old man. The man is quite toxic, he is financially unstable and also emotionally unstable. Rebecca is a very empathetic and giving person, and all the man has been dismissive and critical of her for most part of the relationship. Also, she is very giving, but she has not received anything in return from that man emotionally other than toxicity. Despite this situation, Rebecca finds it very hard to let go of the relationship and clings to it as if there is nothing else in her life and her life would end should she let go of this relationship. All of this is causing her a lot of trauma and heartache, and she one day realizes that this has been the pattern in all her past relationships as well. So she decides to contact a counselor for it and seek help. So when she starts working with the counselor, they start doing a little bit of trauma work and work related to her family of origin. They explore deeper and they realize that her mother was angry and unstable and extremely critical, also narcissistic. In order to avoid his wife, her father had turned to alcohol. Her parents did not have a good marriage, and she was subjected to a lot of rage from both the parents. As a result of all this, as a child, her emotional needs were not met. Also, her needs of being nurtured and cared for were not met. As a child, while she was growing up, she realized that if she appeared to be needless and wantless and meek and did not say anything but did as her parents said, then there would be peace in the house and some of her emotional needs marginally would be met, but not otherwise. So while growing up, she started doing a lot of caretaking for both the parents. She started meeting their emotional needs in the best way that a child could. She used to perform chores in the house like cooking and cleaning and keeping her parents happy at all costs. When she did this, she was given minor fragments of affection and nurturance. So growing up, the subconscious message that her parents provided to her was that she was not good enough for who she was or the way she was, and only if she behaved in a particular manner or did specific things, then she would be getting her needs met or she would be accepted. So she in herself was not good, which was the message which was sent to her. By doing this, her parents shamed her into believing that she in herself was not adequate, and this got ingrained into her subconscious programming. As she grew up, she started repeating the same childhood patterns that she had in subsequent relationships by giving a lot. She started giving her kindness, her time, her money, and even offering her body sometimes for tiny bits of connection that she thought she would be getting from people. All of this was given to toxic individuals to get crumbs of connection when she was actually capable of having the whole cake. So in order to heal from her patterns, she would first have to realize that she is in herself, the way she is, a fantastic, beautiful and lovely individual who is very much capable of a loving relationship and love from people without having to give herself up or give too much up. Also, she would have to stop creating a fantasy about people very early on in a relationship about what she would want them to be, and would have to see them for the way they are without wearing rose-colored glasses. This would help her to get to know people better. The third thing she needs to keep in mind is that people who come from abusive environments or toxic families are prime targets for narcissistic individuals or for people who take advantage of others. So she would have to be very careful and watch out if any of these signals are given out in the early parts of a relationship. If she does all of this and along with that she has firm boundaries in place, then she would stop attracting narcissistic and toxic people in her life and have a chance at a good relationship when her inherent shame heals. Thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for more videos in the next days.